And so welcome to our second month in our series, Step Up to Wellness, Healing the Mind, Body, and Spirit. Last month, we focused on the mind, the psychological, and the psychosocial aspect. And this month, we're going to focus on the body, right? And we're going to look at nutrition. We're going to look at cardiovascular health. We're going to be looking at a number of things for this month. So I trust that you'll have a wonderful time with us for the month of August. And for the month of September, then we're going to focus in on the spiritual aspect. This evening, we're privileged to have with us Dr. George Peter, DNPA ARNP, professor at Broward College for the past 15 years, and he is area of specialty is neurological nursing. He's here with his beautiful wife Rosa, and his daughter Alicia. He also where he's got two sons, Kevin and Christopher. He's done this a number of times. He's been keynote speaker for RN Student Day Conference, a nurse's guide to self-care. He's done topics on mind, body, and soul. He's a speaker for professional development at Broward College. He's also done lectures in behavioral health emergencies, and he's done health science stimulation. So we want to welcome to the podium Dr. George Peter.
Good evening. And namaste. Maybe you didn't get that, eh? Namaste. Okay. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. And respected Pastor Joe, respected Pastor Nugent, and my dear brothers and sisters. I have to really thank Dr. Anderson for giving me this opportunity. Even though I come to this church for the last 6 years, I'm always a spectator. You know, I'm never much a participant. But when we said that, can you present one? You know, it's a really, I feel like it's a privilege and an honor. And I thank everyone for coming in this beautiful evening. And my class kind of is a participatory class. So if you can help me to come forward, I would appreciate, you know, because I don't have to look that far. So if you feel comfortable, come forward, come forward. Because there are certain things I brought to show you and things. So it's better if you sit near to see it. Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister. Come on. Yeah. I know my wife and my daughter is here. Come on. Move up. Don't worry. Okay, that's fine. Okay, because we are going to talk about body. You know, body, you have to move the body, right? Because they say it, movement is what? Medicine, and motion is lotion. Yeah? So we have to move the body. So my topic, very simple topic, because last month we had about mind. And if you ask me, where is the mind? You know, how many people can show where is the mind? But if you ask me, where is the body? Yeah, everybody has a body, right? So we're going to talk about body today. Body, you know, body. Because we can attain spirituality, everything through only body. Body is supposed to be the temple, right? Temple? Yes? There is a joke about that. They say from Monday to Friday, body is a temple, but Saturday and Sunday it becomes an amusement park. Okay. Yes, I'm ready. Oh. Okay. So topic for today is, you know, I found like holes, health, and signatures. When I was doing this, even my son and daughter who is, you know, saw this, he said, Daddy, what are you going to talk about holes? You know, it's kind of an odd word, holes. But I'm going to tell you everything to do with the health has to do with holes. Yes? Let's question yourself. You have a body, right? How many holes you have in your body? Can anybody tell me? So many is not an answer because how many holes? Anyone? 10? No. Thousands. But how can it be different? Because God made everybody same, right? How many holes? I know. How many people have some medical background here? Can you raise your hand? Medical background? Okay, that's, or science background, that's fine. Okay, holes, how many holes are there? Anyone? What? 8, wow, that's nice. 10,000. Doesn't matter, any. So, you see there is a confusion. So can we come to a conclusion? Yes? So let's go and find out how many holes are there, yes? So, if you go, so again, these are my learning objectives, but okay, you know, my daughter changed the PowerPoint. You know, she made it so fancy. I'm kind of scared now. So holes in the body, how many are there? Everybody has a. So let's try to. Somebody said that 9, right? 9. So major holes in the body, 9. Anybody has a question about that? Because you have a body, so you should know it. So in case you have a doubt, when you go to the shower next time, just check the holes out. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. 2 for your eyes, yes? 2 for your nose, yes? 2 for your ears, yes? Total how many? 6, anybody? And 1 mouth. And then we have 2 more major holes on towards the bottom. Because I remember my anatomy teacher was telling me, you know, body is like a castle. It has 9 doors, 7 doors for the things to come in, and 2 doors for the things to go out. Right? Yes or no? So everybody agreed? 9 holes? Yes? If you have doubt, you know, you check it out. Okay. Now this all depends, you know, because if you go to a pediatrician will tell you it's not 9, it's 11. Why? You forgot about 2 more holes. The navel, remember there is, in the umbilical cord before you were born, right? There was a hole, right? It closed, but it was a hole. Then there was a soft fontanelle in the top part. Baby soft spot. So Pastor Salajan must be really feeling that. Okay. So that's another hole. So total what? 11, right? Now that's if you go to pediatrician, but if you go to a dermatologist will say, oh, you have so many thousands and thousands of holes. Why? Anytime the hair comes out of your body, it's a hole. Yes? Yes or no? So you have a lot of holes, agreed? And we perceive the world through the holes, yes or no? Because energy comes in through the holes, right? Light energy comes in through the holes. So smell is what? Chemical energy. Taste is what? Chemical energy. Sound energy comes through this. And we, of course, remove the waste, right? So, but holes are there. The most pleasurable thing in life is also we achieve through holes, okay? Holes are very, very important. Yes? Yes or no? Yes. So, but today, my topic is going to be like, among those holes, there are 2 which are very special. They are interconnected. Can anybody tell me? 2 holes are interconnected. The mouth and the anus. But if you look at the picture, they kind of look even similar, yes? That is one of the similarities, yes? Yes or no? So we're going to talk about that hole, because that hole represents our whole GI system. There are about 11 systems in your body, but that particular 2 ends holes in between what GI system stands for, okay? GI system means gastrointestinal system, you know. So some of you who are in the medical background, you know, they should be knowing that. So what this particular, and if you look at that, they look similar, right? You know, Angelina's, okay. So let's, now going forward. Doesn't want to go forward? point over there? Can you click it? Maybe it's not going forward. Okay. We are stuck in holes. Yeah. I click. Okay. So there is your GI system if you look at. Okay? And what happened, it's a miracle that that system has a long tube. Yeah, it's like a long pipe. Anybody knows how long is that pipe? Anyone? Anyone has an idea how long is your GI system from mouth to your anus? How long? Anyone? Which one? Yeah, I told you it's a participatory. Yes. How long? Anyone? Don't worry if you make a mistake. At least try to be. 21 feet, she says that. Close, yes, but that's not. 24, no. No, it's actually 30 feet. 30 feet. So, my daughter is going to help me. Just want to get an idea. This rope is 30 feet. So, this is how much the long is your GI system. It's all coiled. Isn't we have a wonderful God who modeled our body so we don't have to see all these things outside? Yes? Yes or no? Now she can't even get it because it's so long. So, and it's all coiled nicely. And just this rope is getting coiled. Imagine if something happens inside. You're done. Okay? So this is, one part is, okay, go ahead. Okay, she's sick. So maybe one of you can hold it and other. So it's a long tube. It's a long tube. And the amazing thing about this thing is we have only control on the two ends of the holes. Do you have any control inside? Once we swallow the food, do we have any control till it comes out on the other end? No, we don't have control. So that amazing system is really developed, by God and designed. Thank you, doctor. See, this much is what you have it. And if you think of a 6-foot person, you can actually coil, take your GI system and make it 5 times around your body. That's such a. So will you protect this system? Because this is they call it second brain. Second brain, they call it. There is a reason for it, right? So now you might say, why is this? I teach usually neurology. And why is this guy talking about GI system, right? But it happened to me, actually, it really changed my life. Because the way you're looking at me is not what I was. I was a nurse practitioner, and I used to work with a doctor, and that was in 2002. And when you were working as a nurse practitioner, at that time, the pharmaceutical companies were doing really good. So they used to give us what is called a meal card. You know what is a meal card? Somebody said yes. That means they give you a card. You can go to any restaurant and order any food you want. Only thing is you have to prescribe their medication. So I'm being a new nurse practitioner in the block. I was very, very happy because life was good. Because every day we go to a restaurant, we will order something, and when somebody is paying, what do you usually order? The ones that you can afford with your money, right? So I used to order shrimp, lobster, this, that, and life was good. Till the day that one time I had a back pain, and I had to go to the doctor. And when I went to the doctor said, okay, you not only have back pain, you're obese. Because the life was good, I was actually growing this way. Instead of growing up, growing sideways. Do you remember? Because I became like a ball, and people really used to call me ball. My nickname was a ball, because it has equal distance from your center, So, and I was 200 pounds. So I had back pain. I go to the doctor, and the doctor was saying, not only you have back pain, but he checked some labs, and he said, you know what? You are hypertensive. You have high cholesterol, right? And when I look back, somebody was waving at me. And what is that? he was like nothing but what? Diabetes. And I know if diabetes and hypertension gets in your body, they will soon apply for citizenship because they don't want to get out of it. Yes or no? They don't want to get out. So I saw them waving and I said, oh my God, because I prescribe medication for others and I don't want to take it. So, so then what happened? There was, and while this was thing going on, so obesity, hypertension coming, diabetes, and my mother, when I look at my parents, my mother from India, she's, she was lived till 94, she was never sick and never hypertensive. I was thinking, what is this? And all of a sudden, what happened? You had to do steroid injections for your back pain. That didn't cure. Then the doctor said, don't worry, we can do surgery. So I did the surgery. Along with the surgery, you are taking what? All the pain medications. You know that, right? Pain medications. How many of you have back pain? I'm telling you, back pain is, I have water, sister, don't worry. So many of you have back pain. Back pain, once you get it, you know that it's a very terrible. It's actually disabled you, okay? So what happened is, it came to the point that I had to do back surgery because that's the last resort. So I went and did the back surgery. And after back surgery, you have to lay in bed for 7 days, okay? Now, I was laying in bed first time after I come to United States. And I was looking at my body, and I was feeling that I was becoming a burden to myself. Not only to myself, but to my wife, and also to my kids, because I can't do anything. Is that what your body is made for? I really was so depressed, I even thought of committing suicide. So all of a sudden, what happened, like an angel, like, God's vision or something, one of my friends come in and says, you have tried everything in modern medicine. Why don't you do something else? And what is that? I'm ready to do anything you say. He said, there is like a naturalistic, treatment center back in India. Why don't you go there and try your list? So I said, okay, maybe that will work. So what happened? I could see my family members back there too, and also visit this ashram and stay there for 2 days. And when I went there, you could not believe, that person, long beard guy, the naturalist guys, they call it sannyasi, and, he just touched my pulse, felt my pulse, and he said, oh, your problem is not with your back. I couldn't believe it, because we did $9,000 test and $15,000 surgery, and this guy doesn't even talk to me. He just feels the pulse, and he tells me your problem is not with your back. The problem is with the holes in your body. And I said, wow, what holes? He said, don't worry, just stay here. Look at, there was a lot of animals, and watch those animals and all those things. Maybe you will learn something. And then that's it, he disappeared. And I said, what, this is a natural resistance? But to my surprise, I stayed there 2 weeks. Then I come back, right? And 4 years, now 6, 7 years, I practiced what I learned over there, right? To my surprise, I went back to my physician, right? My weight loss, like 40 pounds I lost without exercising. How many of you want to lose 40 pounds without exercising? Yes? You want to do it, right? Then my cholesterol is normal, my hypertension is normal. Everything came back to normal. And I couldn't believe it, So my rest of my presentation is what I learned over there. Are you ready to hear that? Yes or no? Say so of hands. Yes. These are simple life techniques. So I'm not going to talk about any serious stuff. Simple life techniques, which you can, if you can apply. It happened to me, and it changed my body. It can happen to you because you all have the same body. We are all 99% same, only 1% difference in among all of us. 99, we are all same. Yes? So I hope it will work. Yes? So let's go. Now, we know the GI system. GI system is Nothing but what? Nothing. You take in some food, it will digest, and you have to absorb the nutrients, and the waste is eliminated. The law of nature, you cannot absorb everything. Whatever you take in, you have to give some back to the nature. Yes or no? Yes? Same way. If you drink, you cannot drink everything, even a Pepsi, yeah, drink, absorb. No, you got to give it back to the nature. That's the law of nature, right? So let's look at if it goes forward. Okay. So 3 things I learned over there. Can I go? Okay. 3 things I learned over there. What to eat, what to put to 3 holes, right? How to eat, yes, and how to manage these 2 holes. That's all the topic, okay? And I'm going to introduce a new concept which is called doctrine of signature, which I learned over there to you. Ready? Yes? Okay. So, depending upon what you eat, all animals can be classified into 3 classes. Anybody knows? You must have studied in your school. What is a herbivore, carnivore, and omnivore? What's the difference? Herbivore eat plants. Omnivore eat both. Yes or no? Yes. But where is our picture? Because we see all lion, tiger, we see duck, snake, we see, but where is man? Because we are also an animal. Where is he? You don't see him, right? Because why? Because he is in the next slide eating everything possible. Anything you get, you put it through the hole, right? It doesn't matter, live, dead, anything, grass, fruit, anything you consume. Because we are the only species who don't know our GI system or what is it designed for, so we just put everything what we get. Doesn't matter, right? So then we end up what we get, okay, we will see. Okay, so let's go to the next one. And I want to, here is my help. Why don't you distribute this? So we're going to give it to everybody, the copy. So this is some information you can follow because it may be too small to read over there. So what we're going to see, we're going to compare the GI system of the carnivore, herbivore, and an omnivore. And also human, because that's what our point is, right? So let's start with the whole, right? Let's start with the GI system, the whole, the mouth opening, right? The facial muscles. In a herbivore, it is what? Well developed, yes? In a carnivore, what is that? It is reduced, it cannot, the muscles are not well developed. Remember, let's see, what is a carnivore? How many of you are dogs? Let's see the example of a carnivore is a dog, right? If a particular example of a herbivore is what? Herbivore is cow or a horse or an elephant. Okay, these are all herbivores. Okay, so you can see that if you look at the facial muscles, herbivore is well developed and human is also well developed. But when we look at dogs or any of the other things, it's not very much well developed. Okay, jaw motion. Okay, when you look at the jaw motion, I see in the pictures over there, jaw motion, we are able to move from side to side. Can everybody do that? Side to side. Because carnivorous animals cannot do side to side. Okay? Now, if you look at the teeth, again, we are tracing all the stuff. If you look at the chewing, we are the herbivorous, like a cow or an elephant, they chew a lot, right? But what does the carnivorous do? They don't chew, they swallow. Have you seen a snake eating anything, chewing anything? It just swallows, right? So it's totally different. Now, saliva, that's very important. Saliva, they call it the spiritual liquid in your body because it's so powerful. Haven't you seen animals? And all these things I'm telling you is not from the textbook. I saw it in the farm, okay? When the animals are born, cows, a calf is born, how does it give the energy to stand up? Because for us, it takes, how many, 2-3 years to stand up for human beings. For a calf, it takes like 5 minutes, it stands up. How is that? Because the cow goes and licks with the saliva. Saliva is a very, very powerful liquid, okay? But saliva, for herbivores, there is a digestive enzyme in the saliva, but for carnivores, there is no. But if you look at the pH, what is the pH if you look at that? Saliva is alkaline for herbivorous animals. Humans also is alkaline. And for carnivorous, it is acidic. Okay? So we just trace the mouth. Now let's do the intestine. Just one more part. The next one is, don't go. The stomach and the intestine. Let's look at the stomach. Stomach, the pH of herbivorous is 4 to 5. Not very acidic, but pH of human is also 4 to 5. But if you look at your dog's stomach pH, it's 1. It's very, very acidic. If you take it, put it on your hand, it will burn. That much acidity is there. Okay? Now, stomach volume is 30%. If you compare, I told you that big tube, compared to the volume of the GI system, 30% is the stomach. But if you look at a carnivorous animal, it is 80%. All what I'm saying is still on there. Can you see it or no? Because I can't. It's all there, listed out for you. But I didn't put the carnivore up there because I want to compare what you see. Now, if you look at the length of the intestine, we are not talking about the GI system, just the length of the intestine. How much we said? 30. Of 21 is the intestines. Remember, we have the esophagus, we have the mouth, we have the stomach, everything, so total is 30. So do you see that? So carnivorous, how it look like, and you will see a herbivorous, how it look like, and you will see. So if you use the first picture I showed you, what it resembles our GI system, where it resembles a carnivore, or it resembles an omnivore, or resembles a herbivore. Herbivore, right? So God has given us one system, but how we use, it's up because we have the choice. But can you give a steak, cooked steak to a cow? Has anybody tried giving a cooked nice steak to a cow? Cow will never eat it because we started feeding the cow with their own meat and we end up with mad cow disease. Do you know that? That's the reason for mad cow disease. They didn't tell you that. But okay, so our system is suited to be what? To be more of a plant base, not of an animal base. And I can talk is in this church because why? Why? Because Seventh-day Adventists follow what? Follow that plant-based diet, yes or no? That is very good. If I cannot go to a Catholic church and do this because, Okay, so now let's go to the next one. Can we go to the? Oh, if you didn't believe me, this is how it look like. Your stomach, taken out by the physician, and then whatever they have to do, you can see. Sausages are there, but they are all tucked inside nicely. Or flat abdomen, everything is nice. But this is really how it looks. So, what do we get? What to eat? Anyway, that slide may be too difficult for you to. The summary of this is, most of you in the beginning said that humans belong to omnivore, right? Omnivorous. We are omnivorous because we eat animals and plants. But in reality, if you check your GI system very closely, we belong to a category called frugivore. Have you heard of that? Frugivore? Frugivore means eating what? Fruits, nuts, and vegetables. Okay? Like chimpanzee, like our great, resemblance ancestor, something like that. But that is the closest resemblance. Again, we have our choice. I am not here and saying that tomorrow you stop eating meat, which you love to your, because of course, what we eat is to get the energy, right? So we got to understand. So one week you practice with plant-based diet and check your energy. Another week you practice with animal-based diet and check your energy. And then you will solve yourself, because not all bodies are suited for vegetables and, But if you are that, and if you have more energy, then you should shift, just like I did, So, a lot of energy. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, just wanted to show you some of the quotes by very famous people that George Bernard Shaw I love very much, maybe because he has a George name in it too. But he said that our stomach is not a burial ground for dead marinated animals. Okay? That marinated is not there. I added myself because, whenever we cook our food, especially meat, we marinate them. We make it really nice. Okay, so, because the next one, George Bernard Shaw says, animals are what? What did he say? You can read that. Animals are my friends, and I do not eat my friends. Okay? I didn't say that, George Bernard Shaw said. And what is this poor chicken saying? Okay, keep you awake. Okay, let's go to the next. He's good. Okay, so famous, this vegetarian, how many of you heard of vegetarianism? That's a new word because earlier there was no word vegetarianism because before vegetarian was used, you know how much the people were called? They were called Pythagoreans because Pythagoras, who lived 500 before BC, before Christ, he was a vegetarian, okay? But they were calling him. So any vegetarians here? Vegetarians? Okay, hello Pythagorean, because that's what they used to call then. Now, later on, vegetarian word came to English language, but you can see the historical vegetarians. I mean, you may not know because you may know about what they did to humanity, but what they did to themselves, they never tell you, right? These were historical. What does that? Socrates, Hippocrates, the father of medicine. He said that. What did he say? He said, let food be thy medicine, not medicine thy food. He didn't say that. Okay. Now, so Leonardo da Vinci, you're familiar with that, right? Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, Abraham Lincoln. Did you know that? No, you didn't know, right? I knew Gandhi because he's from India. He used to always say about, non-violence and things like that. You can preach non-violence when you're killing animals in your backyard. That's hypocrisy, right? So at least he was doing that. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, now so these were the old people, died and gone. They give us a message. These are new. President Clinton realized after he finished his office, that he had to change his diet. Okay, now this other person you must be very familiar, right? These are new people in the block. Samuel Jackson, I don't know if you can read. Very famous people in the acting business and things like that, And you recognize those figures, right? I don't have to tell you who is that, right? Okay, so we are talking about the right food. What is the right food? Right food is the food for you which gives you the most energy, okay? So where do we get the energy from? All the energy we get is from the sun. And the plants capture that energy. We eat the plants, and so we get the energy. Because we cannot process that direct energy from the sun. Yes or no? That is the reason, okay? So that says eat fruits and vegetables, and what is good for your body, you do it. And the other one is what the Hippocrates said, that let food be thy medicine. So you know what to eat. Now, the second question, how to eat. That's also important. Because I learned over there that I was not doing right. I was swallowing everything like a snake. Because I went to a military school, and what happened, when they feed in the military school, there is a bell, and you start eating. And there is another bell, whether you eat or not, you have to leave. So I don't want to miss anything, so I'm used to, swallowing everything like a snake. Then maybe thinking that it will get digested like the cow later on, So how to improve the digestion? So there is 3 things I want you to understand, and you are all doing it regularly, but I want to focus on that. So why don't you distribute my stuff? Come on, my assistant. She's helped me a lot. Why don't you ask? So we're going to give you a bag for everybody. She was dancing and she got sore, So just give it to nobody is allergic here, right? Okay, to cashew nuts, because that's the only food I have. Okay, we're going to practice. Can we go forward? So the first one is embrace, what is that? Chuadeism. What is that? This is something like a ism that I didn't come up with any isms. There are so many isms already. You don't want another ism, right? What is that? It says that you understood our mouth is suited to what? Grind the food, grind it to a paste, so that what are we doing? Because remember, we have only control of the opening of the mouth on the beginning part of the GI system and the end part. So we are trying to take control of the beginning part of it. And to embrace chewing, and this was like a new thing for me because, and what is this? And you can see that nature will castigate those who do not masticate. That's a big word, right? So what do you have to do when you take any food? Again, food is an offering from God, right? Because without food, you will be finished. And the GI system works on the food, right? Because it's constantly moving, constantly having peristalsis, they call it. What is that? Saliva, fluid, food, everything else. So how do we eat the food? So let's practice that. I should actually do it with you. Everybody got the cashew nut? There is no salt, nothing like that. If you're hypertensive, you can still, okay? Take the cashew nut. Come on, let's do it. Take the cashew nut. Look at it. Thank the tree, because somebody, tree didn't produce, you would not be able to have it, right? It was packed well and he got it to you. And first one you should do is do with all your senses. Try to smell it. They should have a smell. Can anybody smell cashew nut? And no smell, right? Either your smell system is not working or the cashew nut is no good. Okay, so let's take it, feel, then put it in your mouth. Okay, follow with me. Okay, we are used to chewing fast and swallowing. Don't swallow yet. You have to chew 32 times. Why 32? Because that is what the number of teeth that God gave us. Cow has also 32 teeth. Cow. Okay? So let's chew it. How you have to chew it? Chew it till you don't recognize it as a cashew nut. And then you will see the flavors coming out. It is mixing with your spiritual fluid, which is what? Saliva. Don't swallow it, because then move it from one side to the another. One side to the another. Okay? Do you feel any sensation? Do you feel the milky sensation, the sweetness, the proteinous things that comes out? Yes? Don't swallow it yet. Just keep on chewing. Okay? That is what you embrace Judaism. What you're doing is you're embracing Judaism. Okay? And I know sometimes you don't have time to chew like one cashew nut 32 times, but you can take one mouthful and chew it 32 times. Okay? And you will see that you don't have to have no medication to use to, empty your bowel or any of those things. But what you're helping, basically, the work done by the rest of the tube. Because you have only control of that. Yes? So chew it. Do you find it very liquidy? Liquid, like you should find it like a soup. Yes? Nice, sweet soup. Because you should chew it till you cannot recognize with your tongue. Once you cannot recognize with your tongue, it can be swallowed. Come on, swallow it. Yes? Now take the next cashew nut. And it goes on, okay? And I know I'll be here for a long time. So he finished already. Okay, so now let's go to the. So if you have not put the second cashew nut for time, for the respect of the time, I'm not. You understand what is it? Chewing is very, very important, okay? And we are the only, and we have flat teeth. We don't have claws like the dogs. So, use your teeth wisely to grind it real, paste it, and you will see, you will appreciate the flavors. Remember, how many of you are below 40 in this group? Below 40? Yes, below 40. Appreciate your taste buds, because after 40, what happened? You lose majority of your taste buds. So don't wait till you retire to what? Enjoy the flavors of the food. Start enjoying it now. Okay. So the next thing is to drink. That also goes through this whole yes or no. How do you drink? Now let me give one water too. Show me how do you drink. Yeah. So I got, come on, give water to everybody. My assistant is here. Yes. No, you stand up and show it to the people. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Sit down. Why I want to show it is majority of us are doing wrong. Okay, can you distribute, Pastor? Thank you very much. I know food and fluids are not allowed in the church, but at least this is to make you a point. Okay, what you have to do is remember, how does a carnivore drink the liquid? Like that, right? Even a carnivore drinks like that. Okay, haven't you seen? So we herbivores, we use our lips. We don't use tongue. We don't use like that. We use tongue. We use the lips. So take it to your lips. Flip it, whistle around, and then swallow it. Because what? Every time you swallow, the saliva should go in. Because that is that. Because you know how much saliva your body can produce a day? Anybody knows? Anyone? 2.5 liters of saliva if you allow it. Most of us, we don't allow it. The 30 cc's, that's all we get. Because we get processed food and it just swallow. It just goes in. So, no sipping, no gulping, but always sipping. Haven't you know what is the best way when you drink water? What do you think? Drink like you are enjoying a coffee. How do you enjoy a coffee? Like you sip it, right? Or tea, sip it, right? You don't just gulp it down and just, finished, right? So do that, okay? That is very important for your health. And all these things is not in the textbook. I learned it over there. Seeing animals do the stuff. Only you have to remember is never drink anything 45 minutes before you eat or after you eat. That may be a very difficult because every time you go to a restaurant, they give you food right away. You have to order Coke and lemonade or whatever. That is the worst thing you can do because your digestive stomach is like a fire. It's like a fire. It takes to heat up and burn, and because of the acid, then what happened? You poured on that very chilled what? Chilled water or Pepsi Cola, what happened? Then the stomach has to restart its heating up process again and again. So when you take something to drink, never drink before 45 minutes of eating or after 45 minutes. Then you can continue. You can sip along all day long. Feels good. Haven't you seen it? This is a miracle of life because 80% of your body is this, water. 80% of your body is this. So give some respect to this water, okay? Now we have carried, we have made it very easy. You can carry it in your pocket. You can carry it anywhere you want. You don't have to go to the fountain and things like that, right? Okay. So that is another. Now we talked about something going in. Now, right? So what it says is drink your food. This was even one of the very wise person like Buddha. He said, drink your food and chew your what? Liquid. Very good. Somebody's helping me. Okay, now let's go to that. Now we've taken care of the important aspect of one part of the whole, that is the mouth, right? We didn't talk about the other end. Yes? That is also we use every day, yes or no? How many of you use every day? The other end? Yes? Okay. So how do you? Because when I had a back pain, I was taking a lot of narcotics. And when you take narcotic, what happened? You get constipated. So what happened? I had a library in my toilet. Why? Things not come out. You have to read 1 hour, and it's still not coming. Some of my friends have like whole section library built into their bathroom because nothing happens. Why? Because they don't understand the simple aspect in your anatomy. Because when everybody stand. Do you know why because horse can just stand and make number 2, without no problems. Why is that none of you, his stool is not coming out? Because it's a long pipe, it's closed at the end. There is a muscle called rectopubalis muscle. Can you see it? Rectopubalis muscle. There is a muscle which holds it back, tying the rectum inside. So the rectum is the last point, and before the anal sphincter, it's holding it back, okay? While it's standing, and you now sit down. Sit down also, you don't feel like going, right? Because it is kind of. The best way to release that pull is to what? Change your position from when you're sitting, what is 90 degrees to the body, right? Or when you're standing is 180 degrees. You reduce the angle. Reduce the angle to what? To at least 30 by doing squatting. How many of you can squat? How many of you can squat? Squat means doing like this, you know? How many of you can do it? Because squatting is a very good exercise. They have proposed anything because when you squat, what happens? The right leg presses the ascending colon, your colon, okay? And then its feces moves to the transverse colon. And the left leg actually presses the descending colon. So the food reaches your, because remember, it's going against gravity. Yes, against the gravity, it's a normal flow. So squatting is very important. How many of you have raised toilets? Nobody? You're all doing, because this toilet, what we use, modern toilet, was, is actually built by a plumber, not an engineer, not a physiotherapist, nothing. It's built by a plumber, James Joseph. So he built it, but then they followed. But not everybody. There are certain cultures we still follow this, okay? So if you're going to India, I'm taking from September 2nd to 22, I'm taking a group of students on a medical mission to India. And I tell them to train them squatting, because you may not find these European toilets everywhere. So if you're traveling there, you might. And it's actually good. Actually, my daughter, I sent her this time to India. First time alone, okay, this summer. And one of the experience she told me was amazing. But she overcome it. She was never alone. So what does it do? It does reduce the angle. So now you can get that thing on eBay. It's $49.99. That guy made a lot of millions just by inventing that school. That's called squatting school. Or you can build like that, but always try to squat. Okay? You can. I gave you an easy one. You can put a stool beside the toilet and try yours. Try yours. I do it every day. And try yours. You don't have to do. You don't have to strain. And actually, if you know your anatomy, it actually slows down your heart. If you're taking blood pressure medication and things like that, it's very, very bad. Okay? So we worried about the other hole that we are talking about. Yes? You got something? Yes? So now we can go to the next one I want to, because I know I have only 5 minutes. So it's the doctrine of signature. Anybody heard of this? Doctrine of signature. Anybody heard of this term? You see, that's been hidden by the pharmaceutical, because this is an ancient wisdom that was available, and the botanists have found out about it. That means, what is doctrine of signature means? Every plant or every fruit, who made that? God made it, right? So God made it and put his signature. How did he put that signature? Ultimately, because it resembles a body organ that you have. Okay? And that is the concept of doctrine of signature. Now anybody ask you, you know it, right? Right? You know. Because now let's see. So I'm going to show you certain, from the top of your body to the bottom, I'm going to show you certain fruits or plants, and you tell me what it resembles, and it is actually good for that. Agreed? Okay. Now let's go to what is that? Walnut. How many of you say that walnut is good for what? Brain. Why? Because if you try to open walnut, it has 2 lobes. Wait. I haven't finished yet. It has 2 lobes. Let's go back to. It has 2 lobes. And if you see the wrinkles, just like what you have it on the brain. Okay, so do eat a lot of pecan pie. If you are feeling memory loss, Alzheimer's, things like that, do eat walnut. Because God created and gave a signature, so we can use it. And now modern science has actually verified it with experiments and things like that. So let's go to the next one. We don't have walnut. Let's show my assistant, show them the next one. Yeah. Okay, next one is, what is it? It's not going. Okay. Oh, shouldn't come. Okay. What is this? Carrot. If you slice a carrot and look at it, it exactly resembles your eye. Okay? And there is no wonder that carotenoids, carotene A, all these things, I am not going into the details. So we will go to the next one. Next one is, let's see, I don't think I have the sample. Let's go to the next. Oh, no, don't go fast. Oh. Okay, next one is mushroom. Which one resembles which organ? Ears. Okay. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. We going down. Okay. Next one. Not helping me. Go one by one. Okay, grapes. I have grapes. What does grape resemble? Cells. Yeah, that's close, but you're not a... But any nurses here, what does grape resembles? Liver. Oh, no, we need a better understanding of our own body. Okay, it resembles the lungs. The alveoli in the lungs exactly resembles. And actually, emphysema and all these things, you can take grapes and get cured from it. Okay, let's go to the next one. Next one is this. Okay, show. What is this? Tomato. Tomato is red. It has 4 chambers. What it resembles? What is it good for? Heart. Okay, go to the, yes, it resembles a heart. You see that 4 chambers, just like your heart. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is what is called sweet potato. Sweet potato resembles pancreas. Actually, those who are diabetic, they should take sweet potatoes. Now, one thing is not, as we go down, I forgot about. How many of you have seen ginger? Ginger, whole ginger. That resembles you what? Your stomach. Your stomach. Very good. That's why you get, how many of you are from the islands? You always take ginger tea. Makes sense? Because our grandfathers, grandmothers told us, but we never think about it. But that's really true. Okay, now this is very easy. The name itself says that kidney beans. What it resembles? Kidneys. So no wonder people who are in the island eating a lot of kidneys, they don't have dialysis problem, right? Because their kidneys are good. Now this is long vegetable, celery, bok choy, and all those things. What it resembles? Anybody? Your bones, because if you check the chemistry of it, sodium content in your bone and in celery are exactly same, 23%. If you eat a celery, you can say goodbye to osteoporosis. Celery every day. This they don't want to tell you because they want to sell the pill that they make you take once a day, Okay. Now, what is this? This is again a female anatomy, which we do a lot of plastic surgery. We implant it with what? We implanted the saline and other stuff. What is that? Looking like, yeah, look at that. What does it look like? Breast tissue, yes. Okay. So eat some lemon, eat some orange, eat some, okay. Now, I cannot be partial just to females, right? So, what is this? Figs. It comes in 2, and what it resembles? Testicles, yes, yeah. The males are saying yes. And you know what? You don't believe this. But peanut also usually comes in 2s, just like the testicles. The ptyalin, there is a chemical that they extracted from the peanut. That's what they use in Viagra. Now you know. I'm not going in there. That medicine is not. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is especially for males. Those after 40s, some males can get this. That is called ED, erectile dysfunction. And what do you take? Vegetable, like a hard vegetable like cucumber or bananas. You see the shape. Okay? Okay. Now, so I want to come to we can go on and on and on, but I want to come to the conclusion and that what we started. We started with the holes in your body. Everybody got the holes? How many, right? And we started what we can do to the GI system. What is the first thing? First thing, eat more of vegetables and fruits. What is the second thing? Chew your food. Use your mouth. Then you will have less visit to the dentist. Okay? So then when you drink, because two things goes in through this hole. Yeah. Sip, not gulping. Not gulping. Eat like a soup. Now the third thing, for the other rear end hole, squat. Okay? And we learned what? The doctrine of signatures, if you say. Because if you don't get nothing from this presentation, don't worry, because what it says over there. Don't take life too seriously. Nobody gets alive anyway. So smile, goof, take, and then have some fun, and inspire. And your audience really inspired. You really inspired me. You really inspired me. Now and these are some of the references. So I know I passed 3 minutes past my time, but I still, okay, so I can keep going. My lectures are usually 3.5 to 4 hours. So mouth, I know the control of mouth, some students ask me, what's the secret? Because I'm married to my wife for 25 years. And in fact, we are celebrating our 25th anniversary by going to one of the Alaska cruise, right? Next week. But they asked me, what's the secret? I said, mind your hole. Mind your hole. What am I talking about? Don't open it unless it's really needed. Secondly, why do men snore at night? Why do men snore at night? It's a joke, so don't think too hard. Because that's the only time they get to open their mouth. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. This is, if you have any questions. Remember, you can ask any question you want. I will only answer if I know. Because if I don't know, I will plainly say, I don't know. Because medicine or science is so developing so fast, sometimes I have to catch up with my daughter because she knows more stuff from the internet than me. So, especially technology. I think she did a good job on the PowerPoint, right? Give her a, thank you, dear. So you can ask any question, I will try to. Oh, you don't have a question? Okay, oh, you don't need it, but yeah, I cannot hear you.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
my
okay.
question is about drinking cold water, because you're here, this is room temperature, and I've been hearing some stuff about drinking cold or ice cold water, which is so refreshing in South Florida.
Can I tell what I learned over there? The best water to drink is warm water. And then say, oh, it doesn't taste good. Then just squeeze a lemon into it. And then you carry that flask around. That I do all my, because I have to talk like 4.5 hours. And, you need warm water. Warm water, why is that? Because all your cellular reactions happens between 97.8 to 99 degrees. Whether you are in an AC room or you are in desert, it happens only in that temperature, okay? So body is trying hard to keep the temperature. So help the body, help the GI system. You don't want to give it more work because that poor system is working since before even you were born, peristalsis is happening. It will happen till the last breath you take. Peristalsis will be still there. That's even working same as your heart. Heart actually comes back later on, but GI system is really miraculous. You take care of it. But unfortunately, a lot of people have disease among that because if you go to a pharmacy, which system do you think have more shelves in the pharmacy? Two systems have more shelves than any other body part. Which is that? One is the skin. No. Skin and the digestive system. You look at next time, go to Walgreens, they know what they are doing. Okay? So, did I answer that question? Thank you. Any other questions? I know we have. Any other questions? No? No? Either you understood everything or you didn't understand nothing. But anyway, thank you and namaste. You can keep the sheets. Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Peter. I'm just amazed. I couldn't believe this guy was sitting in my church, and I didn't know who he was. The things he presented tonight changed my life. Okay, so all those things are accurate. I can testify to it 100%. I know. I've tested it. I went to the doctor, to all the doctors, okay? And in the end, I ended up at a guy that told me the same thing. You have a problem here, and it goes through your stomach. And it's changed my life. And my body today functions better than it functioned at 25. Okay, so this you can test it. If you test it and it doesn't work, come and talk to us. Okay, talk to Dr. Peter about it. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Peter. Thank you, Health Department. I very much appreciate this program. I was out of town, that's why I wasn't here, but I'm committed to be here every single time, okay? So thank you so much again, okay? God bless you with your work, because this is a ministry, okay? You heard it from an academical perspective, but this is the health message of the Seventh-day Adventist Church at its core.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. Let's give Dr. Peter another round of applause. This was really good stuff. All righty, so don't forget, next week, cardiovascular health. We have Dr. Anu Blanchard, and he's going to present next week. All right, so we're just going to get together in circle like we normally do, and let's close this out. If you have any prayer requests or anything, then let's just hold somebody's hand.
Hi there. I want to thank you for joining us for our worship service today. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you are blessed. If you are looking for more uplifting content, I'd like to invite you to join us at Plantation sdatv for more uplifting content. If you're in need of prayer, please join us at plantationsda.org and let us know how we can pray for you. And if you ever happen to be in the Plantation, Florida area, please don't hesitate to stop by and see us. I'll see you soon. God bless.